Hello everybody, it's time for the September 2025 garden update. Not too much going on along this flower bed. It's just kind of waiting for winter, and we'll do a little bit more in the spring with it. Here's the clearance bed. Looking pretty good. Got a few weeds here and there to pull. The daylilies have made a bit of a turnaround, looking a little bit better than they did previously. The pink Turk's cap is doing just fine. I had noticed some hummingbirds feeding on it, so that's a cool thing to see. My seed pod is finally mature. I don't know if any of these seed will be viable. I can try to plant it and see. Go ahead and pull it. 11 herbs and spices are doing their thing, kind of getting to the end of season and blooming out and doing their things. Had plenty of good herbs and spices though throughout this growing season so far. A little bit of daylilies there doing a little bit of growing, but nothing too much to look at there. Not a great year for hollyhocks, but the citronella plants did just fine. That hollyhock's doing a bit better. We'll see what it does next year. And then it's about time to do some cleaning up, and that time, kind of the end of growing season, kind of tidy everything up again. Got a lot of weeds and stuff coming in, so always got to maintain that. Well, the glow-in-the-dark petunia has about had it. It exceeded my expectations, I have to say. Cheapest free hanging basket. It's trying. It got attacked by spider mites, so I'm working through that currently. Don't know if the camera will pick them up. You can actually see some crawling around between the container and the plant. This vine's doing pretty well. Seems to be happy here. Now to check in on my seedlings. I think we're about ready to go with these. And then some plants I bought the other day, tomatoes and some cucumbers for the fall garden. These plants may have seen better days, but they're still hanging on. The bed by the lean-tos still hanging on as well. Got an onion that has set up shop there. That's pretty interesting. But the zinnias are still blooming. So cool to see that. Ground covering's looking pretty healthy. AC is still working just fine. Yep, it filled in nicely this year. Very happy to see that. Took several years to bring it back around, but it did get there. Had some problems here and there, but everything's looking fine and dandy. The formerly sick Turk's cap is putting on a late summer show. Very good to see all that. Now my flower bed by the workshop seen better days as well. Don't know what happened to a couple of my begonia plants, but they just up and died. Still have one or two left. Coleus is doing well, probably. I don't know. I've seen bees and stuff on these, so I don't know. I might just leave them alone for a while. Oh, look at the test bed. Things are growing and thriving. Got stuff that looks like it might start blooming again. Get one more round before the cooler weather. Oh, wait a minute. What do we have over there? I wonder what the deal is with that. It looks just like mine. I wonder if it's a 20017. But back to the task at hand. This fire bush here is looking absolutely healthy. Lots of blooms. Wildlife scurrying along. Got some free zinnia transplants I need to move. Yep, there's some wildlife right there. Little green lizard. New blooms coming on those zinnias. Sedum's blooming. Salvias are blooming and autumn sage, and This guy is getting ready to bloom. The crinium. So that's awesome. Very good. Very, very good. Vegetable garden update. Looks like I need to treat my broccoli plants. I think these cantaloupe might be a little bit too late, so I'm going to put those cucumbers in their place. Had an absolutely fantastic year for okra. No complaints at all. And then here's a little bit more cucumbers I have planted over here previously. They're coming right along. Had to replant that section. Don't know why those didn't come up, but they all should look like that. Look at that little sunflower. These tomatoes are growing quite the vines, but I have yet to see a tomato set. But that's okay. Just let them do their thing. It'll eventually happen. These original tomato plants are doing just wonderful. Not a problem there. Just waiting on some fresh tomatoes. I've got my squash covered up still. I think I need to uncover it pretty quick. They're starting to bloom, and they're kind of crowding in there, so we'll let them out and let them continue to thrive. The basil is seeding out like crazy, so I'll probably have millions of basil plants here next year, but that's again okay. Some of the other tomato plants are still growing right along. Plenty of okra, plenty of tomatoes. Look at this broccoli from this side. See the little holes chewed in it? That guy right there does it. So I have to treat those with the BT worm killer. That's pretty common. More tomatoes, more okra, peppers, everything you can think of that grows in this area. These are still hanging on. Don't think they're going to do anything, but just makes for a nice privacy fence at this point. And got zinnias blooming in here. Looks pretty good. 4 o'clocks are continuing to bloom. Get out here this evening and get another shot of them in full bloom. The main section of the garden looking pretty good. Lots of okra to pick again today. That's a good thing. Various peppers coming into maturity. Black-eyed peas are done. So I'm going to be cleaning that up and putting in some fall crop. Got a little bit more tomatoes. And we'll see what else we can come up with to put out there. But I gotta clean up those vines first. Look at this huge pepper plant. Thing's about 7 feet tall. Peppers are small, but they're ready. They'll still taste just fine. Lots of peppers here ready, and still got some black-eyed peas growing, but might get enough to have a little pot of black-eyed peas. That'd be good. Wouldn't complain about that. Now for a look at the flower bed on the south side of the house. It's actually not looking half bad. Need to again go over it with some weeding. Got some weeds here and there. But all in all, can't complain about it. I would expect the yellow flower bed to get after it pretty soon. Seeing some signs of budding out on that. I did tie it up from the last report. Canna lilies, aka tropical plants, still growing along just fine. My pentas are doing absolutely fantastic. Those look awesome. That's what I like to see. And then you know fall is not far away because my oxblood lilies are in bloom. Look at that. I had 3 bloom last month and then 2 more this month, so they're expanding. Like that kind. The unibus bushes, they struggled through the summer. Have my usual dead twigs here and there. I honestly think these are getting to be end of life because they've been around here since I can remember. And I'm almost 50 years old. Hanging basket number 1, looking pretty good. Hanging basket 2, looking a little bit less good. I think we've got some invaders here to see what's eating on these. That's a new one, but look down there, it's putting on new growth. So something is having a heyday with those. And they're working the coleus too, so yeah, I'll have to get on that. Flower bed by the mailbox, looking absolutely wonderful. Full bloom, can't beat that. Flower bed in the middle of the front yard, not doing bad. Lacking a little blooming over here, but I've got a lot of buds, so that'll take care of itself pretty quickly. Should have a nice flower bed come October. How about a look from the back side? Very wonderful to see. Pollinators just love that salvia. A very quick look at the flower bed at the north side of the property. Kind of needs to be cleaned up as well. Lawn is looking pretty nice. Nothing to be ashamed of. Let's check out the front lawn. Much improved over last month, right? That's on point as well. I like that. Now for the south side yard. It is filling back in. I've got this one spot here, but it's gradually taken back over with grass. Good to see that. Let's take a look from this side. All in all, not looking bad on the grass. Quite acceptable. As of this recording, I've had 1 inch of rain for the month of September, so significantly drier than August at this point. Let's take a look from this side of the backyard. Looking okay. Very nice. So, about to head into October, which I've already had 4 October failures. One of which has been resolved, so we'll have some videos on that. And the annual deep cleaning of the fall. We'll get on that, and there's some little projects that I take that week of vacation in October to tackle those little projects that I need to find around to it. And that's usually the week they're found, and we'll see how that goes. Don't know if they'll appear more in November-ish, those little projects, but anyway, this is the September 2025 garden update. Thank you for watching.